Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the one and only, come on, let's raise the roof! Give it up for Nick, come on!
Yeah. Has anyone here named Josh? No? Notice how you never meet an old Josh? I reckon when Joshes get to 40, they kidnap him. And then release him 10 years later as a Graham. Yeah. You don't go vaping with Graham, do you? You know? Don't see Graham down at the skate park, do you? You know? Never see Josh with a investment property. Never see a racist Josh. Well, sometimes. It's Australia. This is good. I like it, you know? I love it. Like, these empty seats, it's kind of like, yeah. How are you? I can do it. Look at that, huh? You don't see that in comedy, do you? Yeah. You're like, I can do whatever I want due to low attendance. Is anyone here into horror movies? Any horror movie fans? Yeah. Would you like the old horror movies or the new horror movies? Both. Yeah. I like the old ones. I like the old ones because they get inside your mind. You know, like the new ones. I find they're always trying to startle you. They're always like, bah, bah, bah. And you're like, oh, I was bullied at school. I worked in customer service. You're gonna have to try harder than that, movie. I reckon if they're gonna write horror movies, they're gonna write about real scary shit, real scary stuff that gets inside your mind. You know, I was in a regional town in Victoria, and I was at a party, okay, and I was talking to this elderly woman. I said, "What do you do with yourself in this regional town?" And she says, "What I do is I work in the local ice cream factory." And I was like, "Whoa, local ice cream factory? That must be amazing." Like, whoa, I'm picturing like little people singing, you know, like you know, grass made out of mint and stuff, you know. And I said this, I was like, "What do you do in the ice cream factory?" And she said, "What I do is when a bucket of ice cream comes out on the conveyor belt, I check if the lid is loose or not." I'm like, "Fwah! Tell me more." I said, how long have you done that for? Then she said, 34 years. But then I had to ask the next question. How many loose lids do you encounter per day? Then she said, "I have never encountered a loose lid ever since I've worked there." Isn't that a horror movie? Imagine putting that on the big screen. Hey man, have you seen that new film, Grim Reality? You know, when you're in a regional town and you're just a young girl, you don't know what to do with yourself. You get a part-time job at the local ice cream factory when you're 17, just till you work things out. Then 34 years later, you're sucking off a comedian in a caravan. So you know how to get this lid off. Yeah, so that's my bit about horror movies. I hope you enjoy that. I heard there's a lot of fights in Newcastle, but I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good if someone tried to fight me. My dad gave me this advice growing up. He said, "Nick, use your brains. not your brawn. Use your brains. The other night, I was out at a disco club, and this big guy ran into me, and he said, "Hey, watch it, dickhead." And I said, "Mate, that's a compound word." And he's like, "What?" And I said, "Dickhead, it's a compound word. It's when you join two words together to make one word. And you've done that." And then he said, "You're cruising for a bruising, cowboy." And then I said, "Cowboy?" Now you're learning. Anyway, this made him really angry. So angry, he in fact stated it. He's like, "I'm really angry." And I said, "Oh, a better word to use would be infuriated." And then he goes, "Is that a compound word?" And I said, "Yeah, you've got in and fury." He said, "No, but you said infuriated. That's a past tense of a noun." Then I said, "Do you still want to fight?" Anyway, we're doing a night course together now, and he's studying to be a paralegal, so thanks, Dad. As you can tell, peeps, I'm a pretty horny guy. I'm horny as they come. Yeah. You heard that rumour about Prince and Marilyn Manson, how they got two of their ribs taken out so they could suck themselves off? I had to put two in to stop myself. I don't know how I got away with that one either, to be honest. No, actually, speaking of being horny, I'm getting married next year, which is cool. Yeah. And as far as I know, I'm straight. And I'm marrying a woman. I've only been attracted to women, but I thought maybe there hasn't been a guy yet out there to change my mind. Maybe I haven't met the right guy for me. Maybe I am actually gay, but I don't know it yet. You know, does anyone else think about that? Like, if you're straight or you're gay and you're in the audience, you go, "Oh, maybe I haven't met the right person of that sex yet to change my mind." That's scary, isn't it? Like, it's not scary, but do you guys reckon that's true? Because I thought, yeah, it's probably true. However, that might make us all necrophiliacs, and we just haven't met the right corpse yet. You know, or bestiality necrophiliacs, and we just haven't met the right dead animal. Anyway, sometimes you got to try new jokes. Unfortunately, that's an old one, so it's never worked. I just do that one for me. Sucked in! Oh no, I'm just going to look at... Oh no, yeah, no, none of this is good. None of it's good, but hey, it's coming up to Christmas time. My favourite thing about Christmas is at Westfields they wrap up anything you want for free. You can give them anything and they'll wrap it up. I took off one of my shoes I gave it to the lady, and I'm like, wrap that up. She wrapped it up, gave it back to me. I opened it, and I'm like, wow, this is just what I needed. Anyway, that's an old one that I just wanted to get on camera, but it's not going to make it. No, I'm going to go. Last time I came to Newcastle, I came here from Melbourne. I live in Melbourne. I came here from Melbourne overland via public transport. Took me like 4 to 5 days. And I thought going overland via public transport in Australia was for people that were too broke to fly. But as I found out, it's for people that are not allowed near airports. I got on this bus in Mildura and there was this guy just necking coconut water, just sculling it down, like, raw. And I was like, don't make eye contact. And then he looks at me straight away, makes a beeline for me. He's like, hey mate, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I do comedy. And he goes, I reckon I'd be a pretty good comedian. I'm like, here we go. What's your story, mate? And he goes, yeah, I was involved in a 4-car pile-up while I was drunk. And then I had to go to jail. And the only way I survived in jail was selling synthetic heroin. And I'm like, you'd actually be a really good comedian. Have you got an agent? We get to this service station in the middle of nowhere. We drive for like 3 hours. There's one service station with one person working in there. Coconut water man runs into the service station, comes back out, and he goes, guess what? I stole something. And I'm like, why would you steal something, man? You, me, and the bus driver are the only suspects for a 300-kilometre radius. What is this, Ocean's dumb fuck? It's the favourite, my best joke I've ever done. Anyway, we get to Broken Hill. Right, we got to Broken Hill. Broken Hill was awesome. I loved it. I went to Broken Hill though, and something was awry. Realised there was no metal detectors at the airport. No metal detectors. I was like, oh my God, what kind of terrorism could happen here? No metal detectors. And then I got on the plane, realised the plane wasn't that big. I'm like, oh, you can't do too much damage with this one. You know, you could probably take out a small part of Crown Casino. You know, like that's all you could do. Like, so I was relieved. But then I thought, if you were a part of a terrorist operation where you took out a small part of Crown Casino, and then you went back to a terrorist guy and you're like, hey man, I was part of the Crown Casino operation, he'd be like, who gives a shit? You killed 8 dudes on a Bucks party from Maitland. Like, you know, you should have taken out the food court while you were there. It was $28 for a spaghetti. He goes, you should talk to Barry over there. Barry, he knows how to do real terrorism. He knows how to blow up shit real bad. And then you look at Barry and he's like, I think they're onto me. And you're like, why is Barry whispering into his collar? And you go, nothing. And you go, what are you up to, Barry? And then Barry does this. He goes, ha ha! I was never a terrorist. I've been an inside man the whole time. And you know those gun scenes, how there's a guy that stands up for no reason at all and gets a shit shot out of him? Like, hey, what's going on here? And then Barry puts on a jetpack and then he flies away, presses a button and the terrorist base explodes. He's like, ha ha, terrorists, I win this time. Anyway, I was telling the pilot this. I was like, you got no metal detectors, so you just got to determine who's the biggest weirdo on the plane. Anyway, I had to walk from Broken Hill. They told the bus company as well. Guys, thank you. I think that's it, isn't it? Oh, yeah, great.
Do the joke you bailed out on, you weak dog.
Which one did I bail out on?
The fucking,
Hang on. I just got to put some makeup on my face and I'll be back. That's joking. Anyway, sorry, that was toe on the line.
The shop, the foot one.
The foot one?
Wrap it up.
Yeah, no, it's not good.
It's so good.
Guys.
Do it for me.
No. No, do you know what? Do you know what I'm going to talk about, right, guys? Who is that? See, this is what I need, guys. Look, I'm going to be real with you guys. This show has gone good, and I'm happy about that, right? I'm happy about that, because you know what, guys? I'm 39, and I'm running out of options. Okay, I'm fucked at everything else. So it's good that you guys have laughed, okay? All right, so this is what's got to happen tonight, right, guys? Heaps of comedians, what they do is they'll do a bit of crowd interaction, they'll film it, then they go viral, and then they sell heaps of tickets. Yeah. So let's go. I don't want to fucking come back here, right? You people are the ugliest people I've ever seen. All right, did you guys all get burnt by coal? Did you all come from the steel? Did you all fuck excavators when you were young? Why do you all look so fucked? So come on, let's get it going. So how did you guys, tell me, did you guys meet in some weird way? Make something up. I've got to go viral, okay? I got to get the clicks. Do the foot joke. No. It sucks. What's so good about you? Why are you a comedy critic all of a sudden? Did you have a good idea?
Well, Brett said do the foot.
Do the foot joke.
If he found it funny, I think he's funny.
See, this is how starved you guys are for entertainment. It's like when you give a little bit of bread to the poor, you know. Oh wow, this is so nice. Thank you, Governor. What's your deal? Why are you here? Are you a fan of Brett's or me or?
Well, I've seen Brett before online, but not you.
Okay. So what am I? The tiramisu after the main meal, am I? That's fair enough. What are you from? Where are you from? Newcastle? Are you in the Steel City? Yeah. What's something weird about you that'll make me go viral? What do you do? Do you have any hobbies? Taxidermy or some weird shit?
No.
Oh, this is so. What's your name?
We'll do the foot joke.
No. You are so fucking boring. I love your bravery. Okay, I'm going to do the foot joke. But the weirdest thing is Brett has not remembered it properly and it doesn't involve a foot. But it does involve a limb. But it does involve a limb of some kind, okay?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do it.
all right. Can't I just do the ribs bit again?
Shut up, do it!
That went really well, you know. Maybe if I did ribs part 2, like I had to get them all taken out so I could suck everybody off, you know. Okay, let's end this. Let's end this. This is getting exhausting. Okay. So, I'm at the Westfields at Christmas time, and I just unwrapped my shoe.
No, do it all properly.
Okay.
From the top. Do it
Well, I've got to
right.
start. I've got to go from the top again.
Yes. We'll pretend like we've never heard it and go.
Why don't you and Brett go have weird dumb fuck sex together? You know, wherever you live in an Atco home or some shit like that. Yeah. No, it's all right. No. Yeah. Anyway, that'll be me. Is there a hole in the roof I can climb out of? That's so good. I love you, actually. Okay, so let's pretend that I didn't say the first bit. So, guys, it's heading up to Christmas time. My favourite thing about Christmas time is at Westfields. Get this right. They wrap up anything you want for free. One time I took off one of my shoes. I gave it to the lady. She wrapped it up, gave it back to me. I opened it, and I'm like, wow, this is just what I needed. But then I had to test this lady out.
Here it comes.
They say they can wrap up anything, right? So, I went to my local adult shop and I got a rubber fist. And I gave it to the lady and I said, wrap it up good. I want it to be a surprise. Then she said, sir, I think pretty much any way I wrap this up, it's going to be a surprise. And the Prime Minister was surprised. You know? I was like, it's a thought that counts, ScoMo. Are you happy now? I think this is the best show I've ever done. You guys have been awesome. Now, I think, are there tickets still available for the show after this? Yeah, great, man, great. So if you want to stick around, I'll be emceeing it, and there's a bunch of comedians from Newcastle we're going to have, and then Brett's going to be on as well. He'll probably do different stuff. So, guys, if you want to stick around, see another show, that's good. Otherwise, thank you very much for coming out. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give Brett Blake a round of applause. Keep coming back to Newcastle. Come see ya. All right, one more time. My favourite thing about Christmas.